A Sydney support organisation for parents with postnatal anxiety and depression has today reopened the doors of its North Sydney base after a major refurbishment. Take a listen to Jamie and her story after having her baby Lily.
I remember sitting in the kitchen floor on one occasion, crying, frantically Googling how I could get the help that I needed that didn't cost a fortune. I came across Gidget House and booked an appointment straight away. I clearly remember my first appointment at Gidget House here. I had just dropped my then 8-month-old Lily at daycare and emotions were running high for both of us. The separation that most of us know at drop-off was filled with tears at the door for her and tears from me in the car as I drove off. I started my journey to Gidget House here, hoping I would get the help that I needed. I was assigned to a beautiful psychologist, Julie. She made me feel welcome, but most importantly, felt seen and understood. I had been going through this alone for 8 months and I was literally falling apart when I arrived. Gidget saved my life and I'm forever thankful for their service.
Well, the CEO of the Gidget Foundation is Arabella Gibson. She joins us this afternoon. Arabella, welcome. I listened to Jamie's story. It's so similar to mine, going through the process of trying to reach out for help and being so stuck. And as she said, Gidget saved her life, didn't they?
Absolutely. We're so happy that we've been able to support so many thousands of new parents who have felt vulnerable and challenged and really needed that support.
Talk to us about the refurbishment and how important that is.
Look, what it does is it allows us to offer up to 20 free clinical psychological sessions for new parents, both mums and dads, who might be experiencing perinatal depression and anxiety.
The reality is that it can be hard to access the help when you need it, and I know I've spoken about that myself. When you finally work out you need to talk to someone because things are tough, and you get the courage to speak up, and then you reach out and you can get told by professional psychologists and psychiatrists that you can be waiting for months and the expense is huge. How does Gidget fill that gap?
Yeah, look, we've had some support from the New South Wales Government, which has allowed us to bring our wait lists down from what were once 24 weeks down to a low of 3 weeks and an average of between 5 and 7 weeks, which is really significant in terms of being able to get people into care and support them through the journey and back to feeling good and well and living a happy and fulfilled life again.
And what's the demand like at the moment, 2022, for women and for dads?
Yeah, look, demand is always there, sadly. We know that 1 in 5 new mums and 1 in 10 new dads will suffer from diagnosed perinatal depression and anxiety, and that's actually 100,000 people every year that are diagnosed. So the demand is there, but it was actually increased during the pandemic because parents really suffered. They didn't have their networks and their usual support in place.
I know what it's like. I had our second baby during the pandemic. In one way it was great because you were a little in your insular little bubble, but in the other way you were so disconnected from family. Is it a case though as well that people are becoming more aware of postnatal anxiety and depression now, and they're putting their hand up and they're getting the help thanks to organisations like Gidget?
Yeah, absolutely. We know that mental health is being talked about more often, but because of the sheer nature of having a baby, meaning that people feel that they should be joyful and happy, and so actually asking those questions, rather than just, are you okay? Are you really okay? And what can I do to help? And what extra things can I do to support you? That's really important.
It's a wonderful achievement today for North Sydney to reopen, but you've got Gidget houses all around Sydney and Australia, don't you?
We do. We've got 23 Gidget houses across 3 states and hoping to go further nationally, but certainly New South Wales is where we have quite a number, and we're delighted that a number of those are also in regional areas as well.
Talk to us, a message out there for mums and dads sitting at home right now who might be feeling alone. They're not alone, are they?
Well, the most important thing is to go and see your GP, because the GP can diagnose this illness, they can get you set up with the right mental health care plan, and they can give you the support that you need to reach out to the right people that can help you on that journey. And so many people will go on for months and often years feeling terrible, and they actually don't need to. There are supports out there, there are ways to make things better, and we would really encourage people to see their GP and seek help.
You had the who's who for the reopening today, including the Treasurer Matt Keane. Not a bad ear to get for a little bit more funding potentially.
Absolutely. Watch this space.
Excellent. Well, Arabella, thank you so much.
Thank you.